good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this fine world, and welcome to another race here in the Eblan Elixir League. This is week 7 between Zeke and PeasantsOMFG. I'm Infinis, and I am joined by the fabulous Flossie Fern. How are you doing, Flossie?
I am doing very well, very happy to be here, and let's see, we've got like a naming scheme here, looking good. Everyone follow peasants is what I'm getting out of that one.
Yeah, I agree. We should I should probably support the other Australian that's in the scene in the community, so that's probably a good thing. But this is a race between Zeke of Mysidian Comic D Club and PeasantsOMFG from Team Wombat Milk. Team Wombat Milk doing very well. Currently with a record of 6-1. Comedy Club having a few issues, but more interestingly, between these two, both of their individual records, they are both 2-2. So this can be an interesting one.
Yeah, absolutely. Been looking forward to this. Neither of these runners I would want to meet in a dark alley. Both of them are very, very good. And what do you think about this hero, Infinius?
I mean, really is actually an interesting one. I think, in one sense, that that you have access to warp pretty early on because he's going to get warp at some point. But the other issue is that she's going to get some effort levels to get going, and if we don't have, say, a magma key or a nice summon, this could be a very rough one.
Yeah, I agree. Kind of just depends on what the seed throws at our runners in the beginning here. And yeah, it looks like Sand Ruby. We have Baron Castle Basement Throne, destroy the super cannon tonight.
So super cannon. If you get a Talkio, that's at least that's a nice check to make. It's low hit point total. It's pretty weak overall. But what really fascinates me is that Odin Throne. That is a very rough spot. If that has access to, say, the Darkness Crystal, that could potentially be a huge roadblock for our runners.
It could be a real big snag, and especially feels bad if you end up getting an early Baron and can clear the liberation part of that objective, and not hit the throne. It's rough to have to go back.
Yeah, but I guess with the fact that we have two boss hunts, at least if you get the Baron key early, well, that's at least you have that out of the way. But it looks like we are off.
All right, let's see what our second team member is here in a sec. And we do have a white mage in the seed. We've got Rosa.
Ooh, another important thing.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, yeah, another important thing we found was that we also got in that starter kit, we got the Sylph summon. So all we need to do is we need to get really some number of levels, and we can actually start clearing things right away.
Right, and Sylph Glitch is on in this flag set, so as long as she's is not hanging out in the middle slot, that summon is basically free.
Yeah, you just need to have you just need to pay for it, but once you pay for it, you get it back. It's like a redemption thing.
It's an investment.
Yes, but both our runners going straight to the treasury. That is 18 boxes of tier 5 goodness. So I guess that's going to be rated in some form of fashion in a moment.
Yeah, there's nothing that's going to be a big showstopper because, as Infinia said, it's tier 5, but we could get some very good mage gear in here.
Ice Brand, Full Moon, Sork Robe is pretty good. Oh, Leviathan Summon. Okay,
yeah, Ready is online.
And on a Charm Rod. Oh wow. So, yeah, we joke about tier 5 treasury being not great, but that was actually given our party an amazing treasury.
Yeah, there's not much more you could wish for with these two characters there.
Yeah, we also got a vampire, so we only need a little bit to be able to get online. I feel like, I don't know, if I were the runners, I'd probably start thinking about clearing checks right now. I would feel especially with all the JMs we're also picking up, yeah, I think that's good enough to start clearing checks to get rid of online.
Yeah, I agree. If you were one of these runners, where would you go to first, do you think?
I think I just go to Hobbs. I think
Yeah.
just getting levels on our on casters is just important. Getting it on a third character is also just as important. Yeah, I think we are good to go, personally. But I don't hate checking these shops right now. You're here already.
Right,
May
and
as well.
that elven bow is definitely a nice little get.
Yeah, Elven Bow. Also, you're right. Elven Bow is a very good pickup here. The fact gives Rosa something to do. Since we also, I think we picked up Charm Arrows in the treasury as well, Bandana in the public treasury. We can start using the aim command to help have her do some contribute in these fights as well.
And yeah, there are vampires available, and with a low HP party, those can really just kind of smoke the overworld for you. So we do see Zeke picking them up. Mist of Peasants did, but I'm assuming yes there.
Peasants picked up 4, I believe. So I like picking up a number. I don't think I need to pick up too many because again, we have Reddit is going to be online shortly, so you don't need to spend too much to get up and running. You just need a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to be very, very helpful here.
All right, Zeke actually going to the front of Hobbs and finds out it's, I think that's Imp, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
nothing too exciting,
not a
but we
great
have
summon.
some great summons already, so it's not. I'm sure he's not too disappointed.
Oh, that's an interesting thing I just noticed actually. That really also started with Dancing Daggers. So if she's able to stay alive, she can actually also contribute to the fights in this fight right now just by using it on whoever this is.
Yeah, that's very true. Looks like Zeke is opting to suit her up with the Charm Rod right out the gate.
All right, we see a Luna Sparkle on Hobbs and an Edward, and Peasant says no, thank you.
Not yet.
I think the answer is not yet. Is not yet, as in it's more not ever. I don't. The one exception being is if there's a spoon in this. If we get an early spoon, we might come back to see it. But until we find that spoon, Edward can fight that whoever's there for quite a while from Peasant's perspective.
They can just have their staring contest, but it does look like Zeke is going to take the fight here, so we'll see who this Sparkle is. And it's Wyvern. So
I mean, Wyvern is
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
good to know that's out of the pool if nothing else. Meanwhile, Peasant is fighting the Cobra dolls. No, use the J item, just gets it out of the way. Only 4 levels for Iridia, but that's okay. We have Sylph, which shouldn't use that much, and that is a hook.
It's a good item to see early on. You can kind of start planning out your routing that way.
Yeah, it's also quite interesting because there's always a temptation once you get the hook, especially this early, to just dive the hook route immediately, just so that you can see whether you there's a Cecil or there's a Fu in the edge spot. Peasant says, "No, I think I've got plenty of power. I'm just going to go for Bull, and that's also reasonable. Going down the hook route is kind of a pain in the backside, especially with no exit casters."
Right, exactly.
So while we're in for Bull, looks like we've picked up some Cure Freeze, some Star Veils, quite going to be general useful items to have. And I do like that Mute Dagger pickup. Mute Dagger is always just I always find out that Mute Daggers are great to have in the back pocket when you come across either Mega Sisters or Asura.
I pretty much never regret buying them.
Mm.
And I think we saw some charm arrows being bought on Peasant's side as well.
Yeah. Also some lit arrows as well, I believe. So, just in case we've come across an Odin, for example. Well,
running into Mom Bomb here, so this is a multi-stage enemy. These vampires are definitely going to be nice and useful here.
Yeah, this actually kind of sucks actually for because the downside of not having taken on that wyvern on Hobbs is that you see that how I guess JMac has 65 hit points, probably doesn't have a lot of MP, so can't. And this fight's not gonna give much XP either, so kind of an awkward spot.
Yeah, we'll see if Peasants has any J items that can kind of take these all out at once, and if there's a big bomb. Okay. And that does it. Meanwhile, Zeke checks the waterfall and sees a Bahamut, so no need to fight.
Yep. XP sucks. XP sucks. There's no point, no reason to continue. Just move on. But Pistons is through. That J item was quite effective in that spot, and we get. I've got some bad news for the pyramid.
Yeah. we're gonna hear a song.
Well, at some point, not necessarily quite right now. Part of the problem with trying to do it right now is, well, that spot is known to be have very high magic defense. That is our power is in magic, so might not be as great as it would initially seem to try and do that.
Yeah, our
right
party is not ready for music. Soon, but not yet.
Yes. High likely we'll get to it eventually, but not right now.
And so, Eblan cave shop here is pretty good. I think I saw sirens and Bacchus wines for sale.
Yep, that is a great shop for in the future, but not necessarily right now. Meanwhile, we see Ruby is having some dinner with Edge, and then kind of disappeared. It was kind of too cold for Ruby, so had to no.
And it looks like the double Ruby sprite, so Ruby right into elements and Baron in 2 here.
Well, I think we're about to learn a fun lesson today, right now. I think we're gonna miss. Okay, no hit.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I actually wasn't sure about that either, because Mylon Z, you cannot quake them. But apparently the elements Mylon Z can be Gaia drummed.
Oh, it really depends on when the issue I was foreseeing is I'm not sure whether where in the scripts because while elements is a really programmed fight, I wasn't sure whether the resistance got set when the Gaia drum got fired or not. So it's
interesting.
It's really weird. So lots of things to take in here right now. We get the Legend Sword for Baron in. That's one half of Forge. Meanwhile, Zeke gets a Sid, not quite who you're looking for in the hook route, and also but we see that it's a Dark Elf in the Ruby spot. So relatively free fight, but do you really want to do that a hook route if you don't have to?
Yeah, Zeke's saying no, opting out, and pinning that one for later.
Yeah. Also, I do like this pickup, buying a massive stack of Ether 2s, because Reading is now online. We also found a full moon in the treasury. So yeah, this is a full moon. This is a back road edge. We get to give him a strength ring, so for multiple attack multipliers. Yeah, so I feel like as soon as Rosa gets Berserk, we going down the caveman is actually a viable thing.
Yeah, I agree. It's great when you can back row edge right out the gate, and it's even better when it's not just a boomerang, you get that full moon, so very, very nice. But it looks like Peasants is opting for Ordeals next.
I mean, makes sense. You know you have the Earth Crystal, so like if you do end up finding a Paladin, you want him to be online. If you find a mop, you want to have done as many bosses as you can before so that he gets closer to that nuke spell.
Right, exactly. And there are 3 boss checks up here, and technically 3 bosses that our runners are probably looking for. Obviously, Febul, Gauntlet, and Golbez, but also Demus, because Demus gates an item, so...
Exactly. Always gotta be on the lookout for that. And, oh hey, you know how I talked about that mute dagger?
Yes, I do.
So yeah, this should be 1 swing, and we're probably done. Or we're just off. Okay.
Yeah, very, very close. But yeah,
annoyingly,
Ozra does not like that.
It's okay. We have the technology to cast Leviathan and wash our sins away.
This will be fine. And meanwhile, Zeke is going to go through his Baron in fights and pick up his edge.
Yeah, and again, Zeke shouldn't have too many issues getting through this fight. Again, we have the extra character is going to help. Elements is in the second spot. It shouldn't be too much of a challenge. So should be good to go to start clearing things afterwards.
And back attack spot is going to be an Ogopogo on Peasant's side.
Ooh, kind of rough. That was kind of rough, but
yeah, I think he has what he needs to get through this fight. Not the best boss here, but also, you know, once you get through it here, you know you don't have to deal with it later on, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. Just needs to have Rydia survive a punch and or not get hit, and yeah, this Leviathan should get the kill. I think the Leviathan probably does about 3k. Yeah, 3k. That's all that hit points it has. So yeah, just fighting water with water, which I thought has issues in Pokemon, but you know, that's just me.
Hey, you know, when it works, it works.
Yeah, I guess if you're able to do I guess if it had 1 hit point left and you do use water cannon, yeah, that's good.
Alright.
Peasant's going, no fear, it's going for it.
No save.
Meanwhile, Zeke is going up that. I kind of aggressive time to do this. But I guess when you have a whole bunch, have the power to do so, you can do it. So that's okay. Meanwhile, just a glass hat from Ordeals.
And luckily we found that Levy summon, because you know, generally kind of a nasty boss for a Rydia hero here.
It can be potentially nasty, but I think given that Peasants had bought a whole bunch of Cure Freeze,
right, yeah,
he had a way to get through that without too much issue.
We had a backup plan.
Yes. But no, Peasant, no value from Ordeals except the fact that all future Cecils are now valuable. Meanwhile, Zeke is climbing up Zot. The first 2 chests do not have the Flame Dog, so it'll be interesting to see whether we continue opening boxes. There is 1 monster chest in here. It is a single Flame Dog, and because of the wildest treasure sayings, it could have, I don't know, an adamant arm or something. Oh, there, and we found it quite quickly.
You never really want to see it in that last, 3-door room area, but when you do, you want it to be in the first chest, like we see here.
And we have plenty of ways to get through this, to be fair, so there's no major issues. We're not... Okay, Rosa might not be getting XP from this, but we are not dying to this. If nothing else, we have...
figure it out.
Yeah. Interesting. So what are your thoughts on this, Flossie? Peasants, despite having the Twin Harp, is going up slot first. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, it's an interesting move. You know, he's possibly fishing for different characters, not super happy with his party composition. You know, technically, just to swoop up some more experience because he knows he's very mage heavy. But yeah, it is an interesting move, and yeah, I wasn't expecting to see both our runners and Zod at the same time.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, right? Because like, I think because there's always that natural inclination, given that you have Cave Magnus to Tower Zod, when that just routes so efficiently. It just, and especially with Cave Magnus being objective, I just find it too hard to pass up that efficiency.
Yeah, I agree. It is an interesting choice. We'll see if it pays off.
Yeah. Also to note that the Flame Dog did have a Murasame, so at least we have an edge. At least both our runners have an edge for that weapon. So, but it's only a tier 6. Not the game breaking things you could potentially find.
No, it's always a little bit. I actually prefer the Ninja Sword to the Murasame.
There are times where Murasame does pay off, and oh hey, this is definitely not what you want to see here. And this, you talk about not wanting to see things that have a high magic defense. Yeah, you don't want to see Valent here, but this is where Zeke having dived the hook route now is going to pay off in a sense, because
yeah, this is going to be kind of a rough fight. And Barabbas in chat points out that possibly Peasants wants to get that exit on Rosa, which is a really good point. So that could be another reason why you decided to dip Zod first.
I mean, that's reasonable. I think my counter to that would be warp also works. It's a bit slower, but it is doable.
But yeah, Val is definitely kind of a nasty boss here in her French vanilla spot. Especially when you have no cane.
Yeah, no. But this is where the power, since Val doesn't have exactly perfect magic defense here, we can try to queue up a whole bunch of Leviathan summons to hopefully get through this about 1k at a time. So it's going to take 9 Leviathan casts, probably close to 8 with the fact that we have a Berserk Edge, but still perfectly doable.
And we did see Zeke by Ether, so shouldn't be too big of an issue, just kind of a long, annoying fight.
Yeah, it's none of the runners are having a good time right now, put it that way. The bigger issue is that because Peasant only has 3 characters, this might be a bit rougher because the weaks might hit the wrong person.
Yeah, that's very true. Sid is definitely acting as a shield. Sid and Eddie. Well, Eddie's hiding,
also,
but.
But also the fact that we have a Berserk Edge, actually just clogging the queue, chipping in for like 200 damage every time he managed to get a hit. That reduces that, if nothing else, that does reduce the number of casts required to get through this fight.
Yeah, that is very true.
Oh yes, we also have roses to aim, so that's also a potential way to get through this. So yeah.
Yeah, it's whenever you're in a race and you have a fight that kind of drags like this, it never feels that great. But both of our runners are actually in it at the same time, so.
Yeah, like if. Oh, and I guess that's the other big issue with Peasants coming here with only 3 characters. Is the slow petrification means that we have to. Oh, I guess we got some heal potions, but we have to kind of play a lot of roulette, life potion roulette just to get through this fight. Especially considering it looks like Radiant is currently stoned in on Peasant side.
Yeah, that's getting a little rough over there on that side for sure. Having a little trouble keeping his party up.
Yeah, we might be in a spot of bother here on peasants.
Got that heal off though on his ready. Val instantly weaks her though, of course.
But yeah, yes, to be straight, this is a very rough fight. No matter when we actually came across this with this current party, like if we had found like a bunch of darts, you know, to do this, that might have been better. But this is not great.
Yeah, it is what it is. Both of the runners have committed to the fight. I think they will both get through it, but it's going to be a squeaker.
To be honest, I'm not convinced that peasants. Because peasants is going to have a rougher time. Just because again, 3 characters means we have to really push the life potion roulette. And now that Edge is now also petrified right now, that means that is less characters to try life, especially as Edge is really fast. But Zeke is through.
Zeke is through, feeling very, very good about it, I'm sure.
But yeah, in this sense, is ahead. But yeah, I think things are about to go really pear-shaped for peasants right now.
Oh yeah, look at that. So yeah, he's got 2 Edge is completely, they're both petrified. Rosa gets the heal off on Radia. Can she do some damage control here?
It's gonna have to come down to because the week's gonna hit Radia, and then there's gonna be a punch, and then this is I think we have to get this. No, this is over. Yeah, that's kind of a rough one.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's a bad reset when you're in a fight for that long.
Yeah, that's you in peasants position. I feel extraordinarily behind right now.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Zeke finds a Paladin and a hey.
Well, we got food.
So there's some reward for having done all this at least. Fu is a pretty good early game character. Being able to. Ooh, we are not taking.
Oh, we're not taking the Paladin, yeah, but trading Eddie for Fu.
Ooh, and we start off with Ice Free already. That is it's slow, but it's still a very good good spell to be able to cast, especially if we're able to hit a resist weakness.
And we did get a little piece of information as well. We do know there is a red robe sitting in the Golbez spot in Dwarf Castle, so Dark Imps ahoy there.
Yeah, I guess that's probably a good thing to see there. Again, you can just either Quake or Wave or something like that. Oh hey, this is free.
Yeah, unlike Potion Party, free boss flag is back on, so all you have to do is tank 3 of these waves, and it's not going to be too big of a problem.
Yep, and everyone should be able to get XP because Edge is fast enough. Rosa will survive this. Radia is our hero, but Zeke has now completed Zot. And it'll be interesting to see where he goes after this.
And meanwhile, Peasants is round 2ing the Val here. I noticed some darts coming out. I think Peasants is just kind of throwing everything at her.
Unfortunately, we cannot throw the kitchen sink because that's not a dialable item. We don't have the spoon to dart either. That would have made this a lot easier fight. But it's kind of a rough spot for Peasants to be in right now.
Chat's pointing out Peasants did dart everything on the first try too. Okay, noted.
Yeah, again, this is an extraordinarily rough fight to come with only 3 characters, and that's the issue we're seeing right here.
And we have Edge's best sword short of his forge as our reward for Zot.
So no, the reward is I guess that's also a pretty good reward, but I don't know. I think having a Master Mirror Edge is also a reward in itself. It's going to That's going to make this Ordeals play go by a lot quicker for Zeke. Thought that was slow for Peasants, but Peasants is also going to is having a rough go of this things here. And to be fair, it kind of made sense for him. It was kind of an interesting call to do this, but this is one of those choices that we make.
Yeah, you know, when you're running these races, there's always like a balance between committing to your path and knowing when to quit, and it's hard to parse that out sometimes. And we know, Peasants doesn't know, but we know that there is a foo waiting on the other end of this, so. And meanwhile, Zeke takes on his first Ordeals boss, which we know is Azura, and she is gone. Ice 3 took her out.
Yeah, like I said, it's slow, but it's still a good spell early on. You know, it's just slow. Wall just got learned, so yeah, no major issue. But no. So I guess the good news for Peasants. Oh, well, we're through. Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
we're
through. Okay, amazing. So don't have to worry about that anymore. Got through second try, and Val is over.
Yeah. I guess so. The Peasant is going to be rewarded with a foo. Not going to be. Unfortunately, there's no value here, but we are kind of close. But that was a lot of time sunk into this. And Peasant is not going to feel happy about the fact that this was not required per se.
No, I mean, you know, always as good as it feels to get through a nasty boss like that, you know, you always do have to feel kind of behind when you're running, so.
Oh, I don't know. I think that there's a difference, right? Like if you don't think you've had any major issues, I think you should just think you're ahead, because you've just made the perfect calls. However, if you only had a thing like that, you might have to start gambling because that was a long time to spend on that fight, and that was a very slow wipe as well.
Right. Yeah. Luckily, the next fight for Peasants is a little bit of a vacation, so.
Yeah. Yes, but also, so just to recap, Zeke is up at the peak down the hook route, and knows there's Sirens and Barkers wine for sale. He has a Sid that's on the hook route, and he knows that Dark Elf is in the Ruby spot. However, Peasant is up for Bull Defense. Is going to be up for Bull Defense, and has the Twin Harp because of it.
Yeah, very true. I'm thinking we'll probably see a Twin Harp after this Zod is complete, but we'll see.
I mean, it's an objective. To me, it sounds like a reasonable play to make. Unfortunately, Rosa did not get XP on Peasant's side, but no, that happens sometimes. But rather focus on getting experience.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes you just kind of have to take the good with the bad. So.
I mean, it's all okay. The Sirens are for sale. From our Peasants doesn't know that, but yet, even in the world where Sirens were not for sale, he has an edge, so he can always steal them if necessary.
Right, and even though Rosa was knocked out, she still does learn Exit, and that is definitely not nothing.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm not sure if Fu has Berserk yet. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, not sure either.
Because that would be, that's potentially an important spell for this Cave Magnus side we're about to make on Peasant side.
And Zeke is choosing to do Fabul Defense next, so gonna get through that Mom Bomb and get his own heart.
Yep, and this makes perfect sense. Yeah, for ball like hook routes tend to be kind of slow. You kind of want to try as hard as you can to try to avoid doing them if possible. Oh, we actually learned we have Meteor, so we might actually have a way to get past this quickly, huh?
Yeah, that just caught my eye actually.
Yeah, so I guess that does change the calculus a lot then, because now instead of need to have berserk on this potential high magic defense check, we have the highest magic power spell in the game. So you know, that's neat.
Yeah, always good to come in here at like a lower level like this, knowing you have something in your back pocket like that.
Oh, and also I guess we have berserk as well, and warp and exit. You know, in that set of spells, so that helps a lot.
Yeah, a lot of bases are covered here. And Peasants doesn't quite get the knockout for the cutscene, but a second virus, will it do it?
Oh, that was a missed target right there, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I guess Peasants also not launched the hovercraft, I guess, so there is that.
Oh, that's true, yeah. And Zeke is doing some overworld checks. We already did see Waterfall, so we are seeing Baron guards here in Mist Cave, so not required.
Yeah, kind of sucks to see them there. But I don't know. Are we actually going to talk through this music? I don't know. I feel kind of bad.
I don't know. I don't know if we should. We thought we were going to, but now that it's here.
All right. So that was a potentially spoopy fight for Peasants, but who just learned Berserk and Exit and Warp, and we'll really like that Berserk earlier. But hey, we get our first objective down. We get another Murasame. We are going down the hook route because we have everything.
And we get a round 2 on the music, so here we go.
Yeah, and Zeke is also now through, is about to get his Murasame, about to get his third objective, and as I said, we are all going to converge down this hook route. So there's only, it's actually surprising, after all those routes, this actually is going to come down to a it's going to be very close between our runners.
Yeah, we did see some convergence, but they covered each other's bases pretty well. So yeah, exactly. It's gonna be a race.
I guess the one thing from Peasant's perspective is that he is going to be very glad that the character here is not a high tier character, if nothing else. So, and is also going to be happy about the sirens because we now know we doesn't need to go steal them.
Yeah, that's very true. And right, yeah, Zeke did run up here before and already see the Sid.
And Zeke's just going to get re-up on a whole bunch of things, I assume. Going to sell. Yeah, okay, I can see selling Full Moon. There's not many characters left who actually need who that's good against, and you have a Murasame, so.
It always feels a little wrong, but yeah, it's the move here for sure. There's a lot of good stuff to buy over here.
Yeah, just more sirens, more Barker Swine, yeah, and you're pretty much set. Now to note that I believe, given how it'll be interesting to see where because I think given how long the cutscene should take, I think Zeke will pass by peasants at this point.
Right, that's very interesting. This little cutscene that introduces the character is always like a tad longer than you think it's going to be. So looks like Zeke though is choosing to kind of save and do some menuing.
Oh yes, we're setting up because, and this is where having done that one extra boss is going to be potentially game breaking here. Zeke has put Fu in the middle slot to cast Stone. And a Curse Ring in the first chest. So he is going to have a lot easier time to try. He has a potential like first cast Stone on this Mad Ogre chest.
Yeah, and the peasants walked right by that Curse Ring chest, so.
Although I think Zeke is going to feel real bad if that because he missed the second chest on this hook route, so it'll be kind of awkward. Oh, he missed that chest too. Okay, so maybe we're just setting up just in case we run into it, but not going to go too far out of our way to find the Mad Ogre chest.
Oh,
probably find it anyway.
He did run right into it there.
So given the gear that Fu has, should be able to do this in the first shot. I believe there's a Rune Ring, Sork Robe. I guess we have Odin as a backup strat. But this.
Yeah. Oh wow! Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna miss, but it did.
I mean, it's not likely to miss, but it sometimes happens.
So let's see if this Odin can take it home here.
Oh, of course it did.
Beautiful. And meanwhile, Peasants is hitting that first boss, which looks like a CPU.
Okay, so not the best roll you could have gotten from that. It was an Artemis bow, but that does mean that we have a potential third Zerker in Rosa, or I guess Sid, if necessary. Also could speed her up a lot. But yeah, this is also a free fight. We have Meteor, so I think the actual thing to do here is to have Fu cast Meteor and then just get a drink.
Yeah, I agree. That early Meteor is very, very nice. And I think I blinked, but it looked like Zeke is also choosing to cast Meteor.
Yeah. And just not doing anything else. Like, Peasants is also able to get through this, so it's not the end of the world. It's just, yeah, it was just the case of like, there's no need to take actions when you don't have to, kind of thing.
Right, all those little animations certainly do add up.
If you hear Martin's broadcoat talk about this action economy, yeah, yeah, exactly that.
Yeah, his head was floating in the sky above me as I said that.
Now, what I recommend not doing, by the way, is casting Meteor on Dark Elf, because Dark Elf absorbs Holy, and Meteor is Holy, so that if you do that, you're in for a bad time.
Yeah, plus you do have to just kind of push through this first phase no matter what. There's no one-shotting this boss, so...
Yeah, too many hit points. There's also the meat change script that happens.
Right, right.
But well, having said that, if we have a Fu who's able to cast weak, we could do things that way. Beat things that way.
That is true, yeah. So the boss bit does not exist on the dragon stage of this, which is pretty convenient.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we are now in that phase for Peasants.
Do you know offhand how much hit points are in this spot? I always forget, and it always feels like a little more than I think it is.
Around 25. It's kind of this is an awkward one because normally it's around 25. It's around 25,000, but like because the XP it's kind of split between the two. I'd have to look it up, but I suspect that the Dark Elf will have something like 13.
Ah, interesting. But for a non-split boss, it's going to be around 24 or 25.
Yeah, 25.
John Burkett says 25.2. Thank you, John.
Yeah. Yeah, but Peasant is now through this Dark Elf. We're getting you see that Dark Elf coming. He is going to be through this hook route, having cleared Twin Harp and the Tower of Zot in about 46 minutes. So not too bad, but but Peasant is going to be really will be slightly miffed about the that Valvalus fight.
Right. Yeah, 45 is you know, it's a respectable time to get underground through a hook route for sure, but yeah, I'm sure the Val fight is still weighing on him a little bit. And it looks like we have a karate there at the Luge spot.
Okay, so here's a question for you. You've just full cleared Overworld and you're about to hit underground. Where do you go?
Without anything, you know, in my pocket like the tower key, I might be tempted to just kind of, and since we do know where sirens are, maybe just go for the Fey March free box and then just check out the bosses there and kind of get the lay of the land.
Okay, that's reasonable. We also know we are on a 2 boss hunt, so that's an option that's available to us. I think my thoughts. And yeah, Peasant's about to do what I suspect I would have done in this spot, which is to go straight to Dwarf because we have a Warp Castle. Let's just get our 2 key items out of the way, and you know the second boss is free.
We know the second boss, absolutely. That does make perfect sense here.
And yeah, Zeke is Zeke is also through the Dark Elf. Is only about a couple minutes behind, but it's still early on this race. It could be it could come down to where we find these key items. So this is going to be a free
Very
Dwarf
free.
Castle.
And Woobear, yeah, Dark Imps are at Dwarf too.
Yeah, so expect to see like a swing and a nuke, and then let the script play out, and then yeah, no nuke for Peasants because he has not done that extra boss fight on
That's
on
right.
Obs.
Yeah. So we're virusing.
Oh, there's no Quake either, huh? Oh, that's what a jerk of a set of spells
Yeah,
to
gonna
get.
have to listen to the Hades speech a little bit here.
Oh, the Bifon should probably clean up though.
That's through and on to the Imps.
Yeah. But also more importantly, we're about to see who that character is. Meanwhile, Zeke
Right.
is actually doing what you suggested, it looks like, and actually going to go down that Fey March.
Yeah, interesting. You know, I do. Oh, we have a Cecil on Peasant's side here, so he is deciding to put the Cecil away for the moment.
I mean, makes sense. You have no weapons for him at this point, so you have nothing. You can come grab that stuff later if you find something.
Yeah, he will be waiting for you in Mysidia if you want to pick him up.
Hmm.
Ooh, that was another stone fill from Fu over there. Second of the night. I think both of our runners have experienced that.
I mean, off slot stone is a slightly different to on slot stone. And oh, hey, freebie pan.
I love getting the pan there so much. It just is such a convenient place for it.
It really is, right? Like, because now it just feels natural to then go. All right, I'll just go pick the bosses here, and if it's easy, I'll do it. If not, I can come back later. So I have no checks here. I have three free checks to make.
Yeah, it definitely feels good to have options. So Peasants is through. We are going to see what key items he gets from the King and the Warp Glitch. So Magma Key, alright. That's a big nothing.
But we can use it to get underground.
You know, I forgot about that.
And an apple.
An apple. Alright.
So yeah, this dwarf play really did not really pay out for Peasants. Except for we got a Cecil, which unless we find something good for hello.
Well,
we have that has potential.
Yeah,
we are obliged
we
to.
haven't seen Water Hag yet, so that very well could be a Water Hag, or it could be Fabul Gauntlet, which obviously we are looking for tonight. Either way, it's worth a peek.
Yeah, you are obliged to peek that. Like, and even if it's Water Hag, if you go in anchored, you go like battle speed 60 with 4 characters available. But it's the Gauntlet. So
we have the Gauntlet, yeah.
All right.
So it looks like we're going for it. Fu may know float. I'm not 100% sure, but if he does, that will help with this Gauntlet quite a bit because the Arachnes cast Quake, and that's about all they do. So if you're floating, they can't get you.
True, but I think Peasants is going to have I think Peasants is going to have a slightly easier time because I think he's able to get a Master Mute Knife to take down those conjures a lot quicker.
Yeah, actually, that is a very good point. Zeke did not end up picking up that Mute Knife, did he?
No, I don't think he checked that shop. So that is going to be no. not necessarily time loss, but it's a lost opportunity. Because also, I think with I think no that also saw the full moon. So this is the slight punish for this
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
true. That is very true.
Yeah, this is kind of a rough one. Like
Yeah,
for our party at this stage. Like if we had a few more levels, this wouldn't be so bad. But right now, it's kind of annoying.
did Zeke or did either of our runners pick up any hourglasses anywhere? Because the clappers at the end are going to be a little bit nasty for sure.
The clap. I don't think so. But having said that, Fu should have weak. So
Oh, true.
that's
Yeah.
not So all you need to do in that case is just have Fu cast weak, and then once it lands, have someone take a swing, and you're through.
Gotcha. Yeah, good point. It looks like Peasants is deciding to table that and just go with the pan.
Yep. I mean, that's reasonable. It's gonna be a long trick. It's probably gonna be a long trick no matter what. So a few levels won't hurt in this case. You also probably want to pick up more Ether 2s because your power right now is nuke Fu Fu with nuke, and I think there's a Soma drop somewhere, but that's he can only cast 3 nukes at a time at the moment. So until that gets used, so might be better off just coming back later.
It's not going anywhere.
Well, the pan bonk turn gives us a rat tail. Another free key item check, so we can route that in relatively neatly, at least.
Yeah, that's also kind of a nice convenient get at this spot because the rat tail turn in is pretty close to Sheila.
Exactly, and we just need to route in, picking up the airship at some point to be able to do that, but that's okay. It's reasonable, easy enough to do.
Yeah.
I mean, slightly awkward here by Peasants, not
sure. Yeah. It's the routing, getting the Enterprise back is just always going to feel like the most awkward part of that chain, I think.
I think if you head west instead of east, it would have been okay, but
yeah,
that's okay.
So Zeus Gauntlet from Sheila 1 and Tower Key from Sheila 2. So you're getting a little bit of the runaround here.
Yeah, but the plus side is that Tower Key is one of our objectives. Destroy the
true.
super cannon.
That's right there. Yeah.
So you don't feel too bad about this runaround.
Yeah, anytime a runaround contains an objective, it kind of balances it out.
Yeah. Yeah, so Peasants is going to pick up the hovercraft, is going to get our freebie first. We're in the proximate area, so it's not too bad. Alright, I forgot this was a double clapper grind, not a single.
Yeah, it's last fight of the Gauntlet here, but it's also the hardest.
Oh, hey, that's good. Well, that's convenient.
Yeah. So we do have an adamant armor now.
Yeah. So I suspect runners of this caliber should be able to then make use of that armor pretty well, in fact. So that's yeah, going straight onto this edge. We also have a Zeus Gauntlet for him, so this edge is going to is Zeromus ready with a few more levels.
Yeah, that is quite the geared out edge. And Nuke is helping a lot here on Zeke's side, and he is through the Gauntlet.
Yeah, and that will be Zeke's second objective. He will be able to defeat the football Gauntlet. Meanwhile, Peasant's gone to Mysidian. Who is he picking up? Oh.
Got the Cecil, yeah. Yeah. So Pelham is out of here.
Oh. It Pelham's out here. But that was the Baron key from that football goal. So that was that's required. So that is potentially very dangerous for peasants. If this tower key has our darkness crystal, and he doesn't go through that football gauntlet immediately, he is in a lot of trouble because that gauntlet is required.
Yeah, absolutely. This is going to be a pretty consequential tower, so we'll see what it gives us. And Zeke is going to do the pan chain.
Yep, fading dwarf. Nothing. The only thing of value in that spot is, in fact, the Cecil that's there. So that's
yeah.
He doesn't know, but it's good.
I was gonna say we
off.
still don't really have any gear for Cecil, so.
Yeah, because we are also quickly running out of places where this darkness crystal can be. Although I guess Baron Key could have our darkness crystal too.
Yeah, it looks like Peasants is choosing to do the what was this? This was karate first. Just clean out the tower.
So this is why he picked up that Cecil, because that with Cecil in the party, this is a free check. Provided he can survive two punches and a kick, or two.
Now he would have to. We don't have any other holy sword but the legend sword, right, for him. So he has to actually have that equipped for the ouch to pop out.
Yeah. It doesn't. No, he just needs to have. He just needs to hit him.
Is it just hitting him? Okay, I didn't realize. Yeah. I guess I thought he had to have a holy sword.
No, I think the script says that Cecil has to.
I see.
The way it's programmed is just have to hit him at a certain point.
Wow, I wonder where I got that impression. Oh, but Cecil's down, which is kind of a bummer there. Meanwhile, Zeke is doing his Sheila turn-in, getting his Zeus Gauntlet, and his... I can't remember what the other one is. Tower Key, right?
Tower Key,
of course.
Tower Key, yep. He's then going to head south, turn in that rat tail, about to get out of armor, and yeah.
Ooh, and we get Sand Ruby up there at the top of tower, so that is another objective.
Ooh, that's also potentially... Oh, that makes things a lot interesting, because now we have now that's objective number 5 available to our runners if people do no, and we are about to get objective number 7, destroy the super cannon in the moment as well. So we are actually getting surprisingly close to go mode.
Yeah, really, quite a bit happening all at once here. Oh, and Golbez is hanging out in the tower room. Wow, what a tower!
We are. When Zeke finishes out, he is going to be Darkness Crystal Go mode.
Yeah,
he has access. He doesn't know yet, but he's going to have access to everything. We don't have. The only thing we're short on is a way to get to Zeromus.
Right. Yeah, that's the next big roadblock for our runners. But this seed is kind of throwing everything out there at once.
Ooh, and okay. And I guess here's the thing, for Zeke's perspective, it makes sense to do this first. To do this while you're in the area. You just get to full clear Baron, but it does potentially mean that if our way underground is actually the Odin throne, then Zeke is probably going to do liberate as well, and that could mean an extra check that he has to do, which Peasants isn't going to do.
Right. Yeah. This race is real interesting. Lots of things changing very, very quickly, potentially.
Oh yes, and chat brings up a good point. We still have that turtle that's in the Fey match, which we haven't touched as well. So, if that is our darkness crystal, then that is possibly better for Zeke than it would be for Peasant.
Yeah, I completely forgot about the turtle, so could be there as well. But we are about to see what's behind our required super cannon check here.
I guess if darkness is here, how does this play out? I think if darkness is here, I think Peasants would actually has the green flag to just grind up and go, because he knows football Gauntlet is the objective. May as well knock that out before you go to the moon to do anything, and it's going to be a pleasant surprise to get the Baron Key. So if you are a fan of the Mysidian Community Club, you do not want to see Darkness Crystal here. If you are a fan of Team White, you do want to see that Darkness Crystal.
And Zeke actually using Cecil's bedroom before doing these Baron fights.
I mean, so if you're short on camping gear, it's reasonable.
I like using that. And it's the darkness. Wow.
Oh, ooh.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going. So we're going to turn that Sand Ruby. I guess that's see who that character is. So this scene ended up being very linear. Like
yes.
You could not. There's no way in heck anyone is forging because. Why would we forge? Like it's probably on the moon somewhere, unless somehow. Oh, it's just gonna be. There's a way it could be you forge if you faded Cave Magnus, and there's forges at the Odin basement.
Yeah.
That would be a very comical way to have it so that this you could have actually faded Cave Magnus in this.
But not definitely interesting.
So so what would you do if you were peasants at this point?
I mean, it looks like Peasants is going straight for the moon. I probably would go for Gauntlet first.
Oh my god, it's Demus in the
Oh wow. Oh wow. That's wild. Okay. But yeah, I mean, Peasants is a great runner. He knows what he's doing. But Demus in the basement is very interesting. So we potentially have 2 more key items here. Plus it's required, so.
It's objective, right? So it's like.
Yeah.
But again, this means that Zeke is also going to liberate Baron Castle, which we as viewers, having seen both sides, know it's not required. So it's unfortunate. And unless it gives for the other half of Forge, it doesn't matter because we know we really do have to destroy the super cannon.
Right. Yeah.
But this was why I suspected Peasant the side was actually here in Mysidian to trade. We are changing characters. I think we're going to say goodbye to Cecil once again. For that Palom.
Palom, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because Peasant has 10 key items. He is going to I believe we're going to get a whole bunch of eggs. Oh, that's hilarious! A curse ring.
String, yeah. So Zeke, I believe, is the one who picked the curse string up from Waterloo Pass. Yeah.
Correct. So that means required. That Peasants is going to pick that up, and will probably be quite happy to have seen that.
Yeah, Peasants looks like he's about to crack some eggs, and will actually probably likely get to that Gauntlet next. Yes,
yeah. This was the line I thought Peasants would make, and this is so Zeke. He doesn't know yet, but he is on a clock. He needs to catch up really quickly.
Yeah, the Gauntlet won't be too big of a deal. Do you think that he will take on that Kanatsu, though, afterwards?
No, he has no reason to, because
Yeah.
he's going to get that Baron key. He knows he's in go mode.
Right,
So
right. That's where the Baron key was. Okay. Yep.
yeah, this is kind of why this got interesting quite quickly.
Right.
Yeah, I think given that it's also your objective, you just have to do it. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You just do it. Especially when you have 10 key items now, you're going to be in the area anyway. But we're about to see from Zeke's side who our potential character is. Okay, Punch Mage, so not important. Because it would have been interesting to see if Porum or if either Porum or duplicate Palam turned up. Because that might mean that Zeke might have had a quicker Zeromus fight.
Oh yeah, very true.
Because no, Peasant is going to have this edge who's not actually going to contribute that much compared to three nukes and a white. And one of those nukes is going to be from a cursed Breedier.
Right. All right, power shirt at Baron there. So nice item, not a key. Zeke is moving on.
I guess if this ends up being the pass, this ends up being pretty good for Zeke now that I think about it.
Oh right, that's true. Yeah.
Potentially, because Peasants has no incentive to check for it. I don't think. No, it's just a Luca key. So Luca key to get our access way underground, because that's where the Magma key was hiding today. So that's okay. So, but Zeke has to focus on objectives right now. But this is a very close race, everyone. This is like it's still anyone's. Oh, he's doing Dwarf. Okay,
Okay.
I forgot about Dwarf.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
did
this. So yeah, as we know, this is kind of a haunted Dwarf Castle.
Yeah, this everyone is why a lot of people harp on about doing objectives, because you never know when one leads to the other. Although I suppose from Zeke's perspective, he doesn't know that the top of tower is also required. So in that sense, this makes sense.
Yeah, true, but definitely would be tempting for me to do super cannon over this, just because it's just generally a very easy check. And you don't, and Zeke from Zeke's perspective, you don't know what's here, so.
True, yeah. My suspicion is that the tower, as soon as I got the tower key, when I have destroyed the super cannon as objective, the tower key beckons to me.
And Peasants still grinding those eggs, getting up to Z levels, or close to them anyway.
Yeah. So while we're watching Zeke go through this Dwarf Castle and Peasants do his grind, just feel free to follow our runners. They're putting a heck of a race here. This is a fascinating show to keep track on. Also, feel free to follow Hush Pyramid, who is doing the restreaming, Ryodo for doing tracking, and definitely follow Flossy Phone for all the streams that she does. And yeah, don't need to follow me, it's fine.
Well, I follow you, and I think everybody else should too. So follow Infinius.
No, you probably shouldn't. It's fine.
Well.
But yeah, I think. So it looks like we should be getting. Yeah, there's nuke on. Yeah, there's nukes on all our characters on Peasants. We are done with our grind. We are about to go.
Let's tackle that alt gauntlet. And Zeke choosing to get rid of Sid and bring Cecil onto the team.
I mean, it makes sense. Like, it's not like Sid was doing anything in this for our team anyway. So, and if Zeke remembers that top of tower, knows that there's karate there, so that's also a potential free fight there.
Yeah, very true.
Also 2, 4, 6, 8. Yeah, also he has 10 key items anyway, so the Cecil's going to get double X. Is going to get slingshot off this. So gonna get a bit more XP.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if Zeke has the Artemis bow, because that is, you know, it's not my first choice, of course, but that is a weapon you can give to Cecil, and he can do decent damage with it, depending on his other gear.
Yeah, so Zeke was the one that found the Artemis bow. He also, I think, at some point picked up a 99 stack of samurai arrows, so he can do a Berserkers with that. With that's gonna be arty bow samurai arrows. He would be our secondary Zerk in that case, compared to Masamura Edge. So I guess given that Zeke has the power show, you can just slap that on him, and it wouldn't be the worst.
Yeah, definitely. It's better than, you know, going to Z with a dwarf axe on your Cecil for sure.
I mean, if Cecil was our hero, then
well, that's
you gotta do what you gotta do
for sure. And Peasants is gonna breeze through this gauntlet.
Yep. Also came in already floated, so you know we can just ignore the Arachne essentially. Quake's not good. Everyone floats, so Quake's not going to do anything.
Zeke is likely heading to the tower next here.
I mean, he's full cleared. He's full cleared. He's got full clear the blue planet. Right.
This is his choice. Yeah.
He is. I think he has no option but to do this. Because well, you literally it'd be a extraordinary gamble to not do the top of tower when you still don't have the darkness crystal.
Right. It does seem to like to hang out up there quite often for me, so. And opting to take a couple trap chests here.
I mean, you may. It's on the way. You're hunting. You're probably fishing for a holy sword of some sort. That's a holy sword. That is, in fact, a sorcerer robe. So.
Yeah, it would be very nice to scoop up a crystal sword here on the fly.
And that could be a potential game changer. If Zeke does get a crystal sword, because it means he doesn't have to grind to nuke. We can do Oh, I think I know what's about to happen. Are we about to see what the community refers to as the Penguinator special?
Yeah, it looks like setting up for that by using that one save room there.
Yeah. Ooh, that. No. Okay, we're just walking.
Okay. Never mind.
Okay. No, this makes sense. This makes sense. This also makes sense. If you know you got to do the top, so you may as well. If you're going to take a save, you may as well do it there because it saves you much more walking. If you go on to if you're on face checking mode anyway. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, scared me for a sec there.
I mean, it scared me too, so don't get me wrong. Like...
But yeah, we will see the darkness crystal shortly on Zeke's side.
Well, we'll see the Sand Ruby first, and then the darkness, and then the darkness crystal,
tower.
and
or cannon room, right? That's right.
And then Zeke is going to realize, oh wait, I'm in go mode. Like, right. Moon will absolutely haunted.
And Peasants through the Gauntlet, getting that Baron key, and here we go.
Yeah, he's going to be in go mode. He just needs to fight. He has 2 more fights before he gets his darkness crystal. Oh, sorry, his crystal. He just needs to fight that Mylon that's in the Bygone spot. Fight the Demus in the Odin spot, and then he is off to the races out of here.
Unfortunately, Path's not on the horizon, so we will have to do the long walk. But you know, he's right there.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst thing to find out. But you know, again, this is extraordinary close. This is surprising. This is actually a very close race. Like, Zeke, you have the tower key. Go back, go back.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that was
Again.
yeah. Yeah, I think I stopped breathing there for a second.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally the last check you have available to you. Like, you've done everything else, so.
And seeing that
And-
Golbez going, I am
going-
glad I remembered.
Well, if he didn't remember, he would have to have gone to, I guess, Baron to go to Rose's mum to see, what did I miss?
Right, yeah, there really wasn't, much else
Oh, yes,
to
if
do.
you're also, I guess, if you're new to Free Enterprise and you are ever stuck, if you go in Baron, there is the house that's in the middle that's north of Baron Inn. If you are stuck, you can talk to Rose's mum and she'll give you a hint of what you have possibly missed.
It's quite helpful sometimes.
There have definitely been cases where I've gone, what have I missed? Like, I've missed something. And, did you defend for Bull or something? It's like, really? I did defend for Bull?
Oh, yeah. It's also helpful if you play like 5 seeds a day and they're all kind of bleeding into each other.
I mean, yes. That's kind of... Look, this is kind of why I advocate a balance. Like, don't necessarily grind seeds, or they just do 1 or 2. Otherwise, you'll get confused. You're trying to remember what's where you... It's like, oh, was this in... Let's see, no, that was in last seed. Oops. But yeah. Zeke is now in go mode, has completed objectives 2 and 7, will turn into 5 very shortly, and we'll be interested to see where Zeke goes from here. Whether we decide to grind up, or do we just go?
Yeah, I didn't quite have my eye on his levels for Z there, but potentially he could just end up going. Maybe even thinking that he might take the ribbon room on the way down, but we'll see.
I mean, that's reasonable. Maybe you want to take, I guess, from Zeke's perspective, maybe you want to take a swing at getting a holy sword for our Cecil. I guess there's options abound. Let's just say.
Right.
Do you really want to commit to doing a grind? That seems kind of poopy.
At this point, it just seems like, yeah, you kind of want to, but Zeke is choosing to crack some eggs before he goes up there, so super reasonable. I get just wanting to feel confident when you go up.
Yep. I mean, it makes sense. You're in go mode.
Yeah.
All you have to do is turn in this Sand Ruby. You've got the crystal. Like, there's not much more you really need to do here. Meanwhile, peasants gets the curse ring, gets our crystal, and I believe with the levels he's at, he should be doing making our way to Zerema shortly.
And that's actually Peasants' only curse ring, so I'm sure he's happy to see that here at the end of all things.
And I suppose the other thing is that Zeke might decide to go with bad Zerkers, so we might not be seeing as much of a grind.
That's true.
Maybe just see a grind to say to say, I don't know, cure 4, maybe 1100 hit points for Rosa.
And since Peasants didn't actually liberate the castle, he does have to either walk or warp out of here, I believe. So that's what we're seeing.
You cannot warp out. You can only
warp. Okay.
Always be walking.
Okay.
Always be walking.
ABW.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so I don't know. Again, this is very close race. Yep, Zeke is done. So we could be facing dueling Zeromus fights, any moment now. Okay, provided we don't land awkwardly. Yeah, Zeke's just going for it, and this.
Sand Ruby.
Oh yeah, go Sand Ruby. Get Alright, Peasant is going to check for this make this check just in case it's a pass because he can just go right now. Not going to get rewarded, but and that power shot is completely irrelevant. We are going to be doing a bunch of nukes, a bunch of whites for our Zeromus fight. Meanwhile, Zeke gets his crystal. Going to be after turning the Sand Ruby, and yeah, it'll be off to the moon. About a minute behind, but Zeromus is a jerk, and things can go wrong.
This is a real close one. I wasn't quite sure it was going to be quite this close, but yeah, it could really go either way. Peasants obviously a little bit ahead at the moment, but anything can happen.
Yeah, we could just have an awkward big bang. We try to do some swag things and not pay off. Who knows?
And yeah, both of our runners do have the benefit of using the curse ring if they choose, so we'll see.
Yep. So it's good to know that the character on the moon was our duplicate Edward, so I guess Zeke didn't need to do Ordeal Hobbs to get an Edward if we really want access to one, but I don't know. It's kind of interesting how having done that one extra fight actually impacted things, down the line.
Yeah, definitely. Little things do add up in this randomizer for sure.
Yeah, so that was 124, 20-ish for getting to for that first floor on Lotus Subterranean for Peasants. So again, clock is ticking for Zeke, but if anyone takes a Zeromus swipe at any point, it is still anyone's race at this point.
Yeah, Brady is, a slower anchor, so I'm not foreseeing any real wacky agility issues going on here, but yeah, again, you never know.
Well, this is where the fact that both characters have access to a curse ring can really play out. So
right.
Yes, it's going to be kind of awkward that one of your new casters is going to be doing not much because curse ring kind of does that, but still
right.
contributing damage to the fight compared to anyone else that's usually cursed.
Yeah, that's very true. Alright, Peasant's doing some final adjustments here at the save spot.
Oh, we have a ninja hat set, so
yeah.
We are actually at 28. We actually get to 28 agility, so
that's quite different, yeah. So
yeah, but just reordering our party. Fordsworth, I think I take off the Adam armor off Edge. He's not, and put it onto Paladin probably. Maybe Fu, like one or two. But yeah, we are making our way downtown. I believe we're meant to say something about things here, right?
Well, I definitely saw some Z flags in chat over there.
But why would we do that? Like, this is isn't this a Aren't we meant to do something about? I guess it's like for most people on the east coast of the US, it's like it's getting closer to midnight, so they probably want to go to sleep and that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's morning for you, so.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it doesn't make sense for me. Like it's also morning for peasants, so it's more like that he's close. He is closer to lunch than he is to nap time, I believe. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah, but just possibly it might be referring to our final boss in the randomizer.
Probably. It's probably something to do with the fact that there's, I don't know, around 600 sprites. Something to do with things being cute or players' instruments, or I don't know. I don't keep up with the memes nowadays, so who knows. But the one thing I am aware of, whose butt are we kicking tonight? Or today?
Let's find
time
out
zone?
here. In time zone. Generic time zone.
Yeah.
Throw that crystal.
Oh, Boo went first. Huh. Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, I wasn't quite expecting that.
This is basically killing me. I'm hoping for, I don't know, Bucksmith, I don't know. I'm just gonna call my shot. Why not?
I want a real goofy one. Ooh, wow. Alright, that's lean and mean.
Oh yes, Neo X-Death, the end boss of Final Fantasy V, the laws of what's the line for that line? The laws of physics stop working. Something else.
Well, it certainly looks that way.
This is one of those. Actually, I do like the Neo X-Death fight. If you've ever done any 4-drop fiestas, that boss music is one that has also grown on me a lot in recent years. But yeah, we are seeing reflect strats from peasants, so it'd be a whole bunch of whites, whole bunch of inks on our reflected edge, and maybe we see a swing from edge, maybe not. Depends on how close we get to how close we get to tipping. To answer the question, chat, why pause randomly? It's actually to stop the sound. The sound. If you pause, you actually stop. Get rid of the spell effects, sound effects. Stop. It doesn't actually. It's just. I don't believe it cuts time. But it just. If you just get used to that, droning it out, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see some. Oh, yeah. I thought that didn't take for a second. That silk web over there, but yeah, we're gonna definitely see something a little more hybrid-y over on Zeke's side, but pretty reflecty over on Peasants.
Yeah. So yeah. So the really bad thing for Zeke here is that the fact that Edge is about to go down, I believe he's our main damage dealer, because he was the one that ended up taking the nuke. Kind of unlucky in that's where it ended up, but
yeah, damage control isn't impossible here. I think he's gonna pick it up okay, but it still doesn't feel like a very good way to start the fight. At least that's how I would feel if I was in his spot.
Yeah, and we actually need Edge to get in the queue like now, otherwise he might get berserk. Okay, no, we're good.
Okay.
Might have been issues if that didn't take, if berserk came in before Edge got his turn, but I guess Edge is super speedy. He's probably RA1, so yeah, all good.
And doing quite a bit of damage too at the end of the day there on Zeke's side.
Oh, is that second big bang from?
That's a second big bang, yeah. Peasants.
Ooh.
And that was
no!
A bad one.
Ooh. This white might have to do it though.
Yeah.
No, that didn't do it.
Nope. Yeah.
Okay, we need to recover. This is recovery phase now. So, I wonder. I have not kept track of how much damage Peasants Zoophi has taken. So we might just try to play this safe. We're just in recovery phase. Okay.
Yeah, damage control. Black hole came out, so just kind of resetting everything right now. Not impossible. Cure 4.
Yeah.
Feeling good.
Cure 4 is pretty good. Like you just get to. Although that's another big bang that's about to come. So we need to nerf this, I think. Oh wait, hang on. Did that go? Is that targeting Fu? I think that was on. Oh, that's where the wall was. Okay.
Okay.
So maybe this is good. Like,
There it
no,
is.
that's GG.
That's
That's
it.
game.
Yeah. Wow.
That's it. Well recovered.
Yeah.
Pe- Pe- Peasants looks like he's GG's to Peasants. Looks like he is. We just wait for the time. Yep. Looks like he gets the win. Team Wombat Milk takes the win this week. And yeah, but this was a very close race.
Very close. Yeah. Final time 132, and we are joined by PeasantsOMFG right now. GG Peasants. What a race.
Thank you, GG's.
So
that Val Valor.
yeah, the Val. Let's start with the Val.
Yeah, Val is the one thing I don't think I did too great this season. it wasn't super nice, but I should have just, when I saw it, went down to battle speed 3, because I would have just got it on that actual first attempt. But it is what it is.
Yeah,
rough spot. You did get through it. Yeah, it was sketchy. We were all just kind of holding our breath on it, but yeah, well played at the end of the day with that Val for sure. How did you feel when the seed started throwing go mode at you?
I'm sure you probably would have saw me pick up and drop and pick up that Cecil. I wanted to take him, but the seed was progressively telling me that I was not allowed to, and I had to put him back and just do a bunch of sirens and finish the game, which is fine, but I wanted him. I was kind of hoping out for... I was at 9 key items, and I was hoping to get like a sword and another key item from the tower to justify, keeping him, but I just hit, extra go mode then, and I was like, oh, whatever. Let's play the game.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's just one of those choices that you make. Like it made sense, and if nothing else, it looked really super smart when you picked up the Cecil just to take on the karate at top of tower.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to use cheeses.
I was going to use it to cheese, but then I was like, I have nuke and like a super strong edge. It's going to take the exact same amount of time. Plus, but then I won't get the slingshot on Cecil when I do sirens when I hit 10 key items, probably here. So it became like I'll just it's equal time, but then I don't get the benefit of using the siren afterwards. Not as much. Not that I kept him anyway, so it didn't matter. But
yeah.
But that was the thought process there.
No, it made sense. Like it's usually pretty hard to say no to Cecil when he's available. Yeah. It just so happens that you never found a holy sword, and you never had to go to the moon except for you're walking down to Zeromus.
Mm-hmm. I was hoping that like I'll get past from other demist. I was hoping it wasn't at Kanazo and like I didn't do it and like Zeke did, and then I'd be in trouble kind of thing. But then I also, because of the having to pick up and drop Cecil, I already watched the moon cutscene, so it didn't really matter if I got past or not. I'm not saving as much time as I could have.
Right, yeah, and actually Zeke didn't end up getting the pass either, so both of you did have to do the long walk tonight.
Alright, well then it's pretty even then.
Yeah,
so
I think yeah.
So just 1 second. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I was just going to mention that it was just having that Zeke also ended up having liberating Baron Castle, which obviously a bit more time, and there was nothing of value was there, which was kind of, well, that is what it is. So no pass, no nothing. So
yeah, I thought about maybe doing like Baron, but I was like, I'll just walk out. Like it's the Baron cutscene is so long.
Yeah, I don't know. I think a certain runner thinks it's it's actually quicker to liberate, but I don't know. I'm not convinced. There's enough, especially when you haven't seen Luge. Kind of a hard ask for that to work out.
Yeah, it depends.
And meanwhile, with GG's to Zeke, as he just finishes his seat up in a 1:36.11. I'm sure we'll get to interview him short after this, but yeah, So actually, talk me through your thought process of going through to Magnus first over Zot when Magnus was an objective?
So it was. I didn't have exit, and
Mhm.
I will get exit on Rosa when I do Zot. Just the faster play, in my opinion. I think. It didn't end up. I would say it didn't end up being that way because Valvalis took all my time, but I still think it's the play I would have made. I'm probably I picked up an exit in a chest and I used it for Antline. Maybe should have saved it for a possible using it at Demus, but yeah, but I knew I was going to get exit eventually, so may as well get it first.
Actually, I have another question about choices. You see Edward on Hobbs and a Lunar Sparkle, and you say, no thank you.
Yeah, no thank you.
Any thoughts on any thoughts on whether you should have taken them or not?
I think it would. It's very likely that I would have picked them up if I didn't, start with a Sylph and Leviathan Rydia, plus a decent enough Rosa to get me through. A bunch of vampires and stuff. It was like the start was just too strong to be picking up someone so weak.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I think my thought process was like, okay, it just gets me the initial XP on both Rydia and
because I think I was 2 MP short to be able to use it in football, to be able to use Leviathan, but yeah, it was. But it didn't end up mattering too much because the first 5 fights of my game were all J items.
Yeah, I think the actual consequence ended up playing out later was the fact that Fu ended up being one spell shot for a lot of things.
I should have just fought the any of those. There were 2 very easy fights that I could have taken. I was thinking about that when I was walking down to the hook. I would have had a week for the the imp, yeah, and so that would have saved time.
Dark elf, yeah.
Yeah, for Dark Elf, yeah. That would have saved a lot of time, having Weak there, and then having Nuke, I think, in the first fight of Dwarf.
Yeah. Also,
I was
Quake,
thinking about
Quake
that.
was on.
Quake
was also in the last set of 3, so...
Yeah, Nuke and Quake were together, so I only had Virus for Fu.
Okay. I do have one question left, but Fossy, do you have any questions?
No, I'm good. I'm just over here taking notes.
Okay, fair enough. So, to more important questions for Peasants then, do you think it's Adam Simpson's fault that the Eagles suck this year, or is it just unlucky how all the injuries are happening?
I'm not even watching the Eagles this year. They are my team.
Yeah, fair enough.
But God, they're playing awful.
I mean, when you basically have a team's worth of players out injured, that these happen.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do?
But
just bring Woosha back. He'll solve all our problems.
Is Woosha 50-something now?
I think he's in his 60s. It doesn't matter. This isn't. No one knows what we're talking about.
But we know. That's the important thing
know.
here. I'm doing this for my benefit, not necessarily for the audience. For my benefit.
Well, I appreciate it.
No, I thought you would. So, but yeah, but that was no. I mean, apart from that one for that was a very fun race to watch, and you should be happy to take the win.
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased. I think my team went 3-0 this week, so we're feeling pretty good.
Yeah, very, very, very well played.
Okay, so any thoughts on what's happening next week?
No idea. I'm playing, but I guess I'll just keep playing my best, and hopefully we can get some wins.
Fair enough.
GG's to Zeke, and thanks guys for the comms. Have a good one.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Bye.
All right, I was Peasants, and I do believe, yes, we have Zeke here. Zeke, GG, very well played. How are you doing?
Doing well. That's probably the most fun Moonveil seed I've gotten to play.
You didn't have to mess around on the moon, really, other than that last long walk.
Well, when the go mode is Darkness Crystal at Super Cannon Golbez.
Yeah, that was yeah. So how did you feel when the seed kind of just started piling everything on like that?
Honestly, I was more concerned about a different problem going into that. When I went to Golbez on Tower, he was my second to last available location to also give me access to Zeromus. I was not looking forward to Queen Kainazo.
Yeah, that was nasty. You know, ended up that nobody had to do it. It wasn't required, so everyone was very happy about that.
I'd already thrown
unless you want
Edward
a spoon.
at the. I'd already thrown Edward for a mop, so.
Right.
I mean, you could have also thrown a spoon in the Zeromus fight. You had an edge.
I mean, it would have been nice with the damage I was putting out. Not exactly the best equipment setup. I'm really, really, really glad I did that upper Babel trap.
Oh yeah, for the Artemis bow. Yeah.
Because who'd have expected that to have been actually critical to the strategy? Because I needed it for Cecil.
Right. Yeah, we were talking about that. We were saying we've seen worse Cecil setups for sure, but.
I was a fan of Masamura Adamant Edge. That was a nice touch today. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, he was putting out like 4K damage on near end at the end there, so that was looking pretty good. So that Vel fight at the Maga Sisters spot, that was definitely kind of a roadblock for both of you. You got through it a little easier. You had one extra character at that point, I believe. How did you feel getting through that?
I told myself going in, when I saw it, I'm giving this one try, because I didn't know what kind of damage Edge could do, if any, through that tornado. And when I saw 200, my heart sunk a little bit, because I was not looking forward to landing anywhere from 45 to 60 hits on Val.
Actually, yeah, you chat points out you were 2 characters ahead of your opponent there, so yeah, that was definitely a little bit of a roadblock for peasants.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right.
Because I'd already gone and picked up. I mean, not that Edward was doing anything. I'm not sure Edward counts as a character where I had him hidden for most of the fight too. Sorry, live for experience. So 1.5.
The one positive thing about having extra characters was it was an extra target to get to be the target of the Petrify and the Weak. So so in that sense, there was a benefit for having a character like Sid, even if he didn't do anything, just being there was good enough.
Oh, Sid was an alchemist throwing a couple of cure potions, and I would like to shout out the 2 heal potions we started with in the kit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It actually came in critical today.
Yeah.
Of all the potions to be critical, heal potions.
Look, you're trying to bank on the Leviathan. I think it's one of those things where, yeah, without those heal potions, that would have been an awful fight where you had to pick out people before they get petrified, to then life them back up, so that counter gets reset, and yeah, things get really weird if without those heal potions.
Also, shout out to me remembering that the aim command exists halfway through that fight.
Yeah, aim pretty good.
Aim.
Actually, let's talk about a few other things. So you get that hook from At9 Cave, and you immediately dive the hook routes. What was your thinking behind that?
Mostly it determined my routing a little bit. I was using it to determine if I got a decent character out of it, because like if I saw Fusoya, I'd probably go clear out a couple of easier boss slots, like maybe take on Mist Cave or Baby Waterfall. If I saw Cecil, I was going to make a beeline for Ordeals, and then probably check the Eblan traps. And then otherwise, I was going to go see if I could get through Zot for the key item check, the Flame Dog check. That shouts to the Flame Dog. He almost took me out for the first time in 18 months.
Yeah. That was definitely a rough flame dog fight for sure.
I'm glad I did it. The Mura was very nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but have you considered second mirror?
I would have if I didn't get Masa off the Zot clear. That would have been equipped if it weren't for Masa.
That's true. That's true. But no, you should be quite proud about your, how you played this. There was a lot of interesting choices, and it just came down to some slight executions. The fact that here and there some awkward things, but yeah, you should be happy about this run.
Yeah, like I said, this is the most fun I've had in Moonveil Siege. So I will admit I'm not the biggest fan of this flag set. I'm a big sucker for power, and this flag set doesn't give it to you without a fight.
That's a good point. Yeah. But you ran it really, really well. It was super, super close. It was a pleasure to watch.
Glad to hear it. One of my big things is I just like to put on a show. So.
And you did. You did put on a show.
I mean, isn't that my job? I'm part of a comedy club.
There you go. You fulfilled your destiny.
Yeah, not wrong. But I'm out of questions. Do you have any more questions, Flossie?
No, I think I'm good. But yeah, GG, really well run.
Thank you. And thank you to you guys for putting this race on. I always like being able to show off on free stream. Be able to, for one, it makes for the easiest side-by-side comparison there is. And oftentimes, you guys in the booth are talking some really good information, and so the best way to learn is to just get yourself up there on the restream if you can. So
yeah, it's a really good point.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for putting us on. Thank you, Flossie and Phineas for commentary, Ryuta for tracking, and once again, Hush Pyramid's restreamed my races twice now, and I'm very thankful for him. So, I'm sorry, Hush Pyramid. I had to check the harp. It's an objective.
And it wasn't required. Like, you didn't have to do it. Technically.
But otherwise, if I didn't, my next play was that Kainaza, so I'm really, really glad I did.
Fair.
Very fair.
Do you guys want to go through Kainaza on Queen slot?
Oh no, Lord no.
How much are you getting paid to do it?
You're not.
Damn it! Okay, probably not then.
Yeah, thank you very much, everybody.
All right, thank you very
cheers.
much, and GG's. All right, well, looks like we are kind of wrapped up on races for tonight, but tomorrow we have not quite a few, but we have some good solid races going on. A lot of Team No Springs. Looks like first up it's going to be me versus Maggie the Cat tomorrow at 2 Eastern. I believe that's going to be on the main channel. There's also a twin cast going on, so that's going to be, let's see, Luff versus Cecil and Starman versus Mechalink at 6 p.m. Eastern. I think that might be on Free Enterprise too. And then
these are all on Free.
They're all on main. Okay. And then again on the main, another Team No Springs, my teammate Martin Broadcloak versus Zilch at 11 Eastern. So yeah, that's all going to be good. Yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty excited, ready to race.
Yeah, those are going to be some fun races. But